It's a given that we all want to change ourselves or something to change in ourselves to become a better person and to be a better you. Yet what we do decide is up to us and no one else but ourselves, as we are the ones that have to do the work for ourselves. And self-improvement is universal to the human experience. We all have things we'd like to change about us. For a classic example, it could be you want to lose weight, improve your skills in a certain area, be more comfortable socially, be happier and at peace in yourself, or more productive. Whatever the ultimate improvement that is desired, in order to achieve it, you may benefit from identifying your specific goal, enacting change, and coping with setbacks. This video guide will hopefully share with you the 3 methods to help you improve yourself to become a better person. So method number 1 is know what you want, defining your core values. Number 1, it's a given that sometimes it's okay to write them down on a list, basically to find out what we want to achieve in our life, be it goals, dreams, whatever it may be, and then we should be able to prioritize them, the most important to the least important, and maybe read them on daily. Then you can set your goals based on them. As I say, for some goals we'll have to come into breaking down into smaller steps and stages with this. We all have goals and visions in our life to what we want to achieve in life, and again it's up to us by choice and to how and what we're going to do with this to accomplish them. We should never allow anyone or anything stand in the way to achieve the best outcome for ourselves. What we do is up to us, and that by choice we are the ones that can decide and not to hold back, because obviously we are our worst enemy if we do actually hold on to fear and not allow the change to begin. Number 2, imagine what it could be like in the future. Thinking about a future of the positive and negative possibilities can enhance motivation, expectations of the successful goal that is completed, and commitment to ourselves for self-improvement. Thinking about a positive future helps you imagine a reality where you are the best self you can be, while imagining a negative reality or results in an awareness of what might happen if you don't meet your improvement goal. Being positive in everything that we do can bring us so much peace and inner strength and courage to believe that anything is possible. We just need to accept some of the changes that may not be able to be changed though. And saying this, with these changes, like I say, in our lives, it does take time and patience. Some of the changes that we need to make in ourselves may test us also, but we need to realize that we should be able to accept anything that didn't work or come into favor and that isn't our fault. Think to yourself right now, by imagining a miracle happened overnight, and then when you woke up in the morning, you were exactly how you wanted. Everything you wanted to prove about yourself happened in the middle of the night somehow. Question yourself, how are you different? How does it feel? Who is around you? What were you doing? Imagine what it would be like to live life as this completely improved self of yours. Based on what you imagine, you can begin developing goals. Perhaps you imagine yourself as being confident and physically fit. What do you think would have needed to happen for this to occur? Number 3, determine what needs improvement and what doesn't. It's important to be specific in the goals that we are setting for ourselves, and to know which goals are our very top priority. I believe that as I do this for myself, as I did mention in one of my videos about me making lists and the importance for me to make them, which you can watch here above me as well as in the description below after this video. You can click on it now, or the choice is up to you if you want to leave it for afterwards. Identify your assets: honest, hardworking, loving, etc., etc. And your liabilities: angry, overweight, unfit, so on and so forth. This may help you identify the areas in which you want to make the most improvement. Prioritize your list or the goals that you have set out for yourself. Rate each goal from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest priority for you. Focus on this goal first and then work your way down. 4, get feedback. Receiving feedback on what to improve to helps individuals' performance on tasks and enhances goal achievement. Feedback is a good sense in feeling that others are willing to give you some, but bear in mind, some of it is maybe not what we want to hear. So always be sure to have an open mind for feedback from anyone that you ask. It's not their fault when you actually ask for their feedback. Asking others can also improve, will help you develop specific goals and motivate you on your journey for self-improvement. Start by asking your significant other or a family member, friends, or someone you can trust ways they think you can improve yourself. Make sure you only ask individuals, as I said, based on trust, and those that will take your feelings into consideration rather than belittling you, criticizing you. You might be surprised by their answer. Talk to a trusted confidant such as your therapist, counselor, religious leader, or even a sponsor in a 12-step group program. Having an outside party helps reduce self-deception and denial. We sometimes have a problem with being either too hard on ourselves or even too soft on ourselves. But talking to others can help us form an accurate picture of ourselves if we are to improve. Pick which suggestions you can apply to yourself and to practice those suggestions that were given to you. If a certain set doesn't seem to work, try another. Nothing works for everyone. You need to find what works for you based on these suggestions, based on the phrase that's given it to you. 5. Make SMART goals. SMART goals is known for in the term of SMART, or shall we say specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. For example, your goal could be to lose 20 pounds for a certain amount of weeks or months. Some goals, as I said, will have to be broken down into the next phase, which could be your short, long-term, and mid-term goals. Break down each goal into smaller goals. For example, if your goal was to lose 20 pounds, as that classic example I brought to you, you would develop a plan which will include smaller goals, maybe like lowering your daily calorie intake, exercising 3 to 5 times per week, and limiting maybe your sugar intake. Instead of making the grand goals, start by establishing the little goals that achieves the grand goal. For instance, losing 50 pounds may seem like a daunting task, but something like no chocolate for a week may be more viable. 6. Seek out information on how to pursue that change. The world is your oyster, and when you find that information for the change is everywhere around us now. Information can be gathered from books, internet, articles, friends, family, and the professionals. It's amazing how much information you'll find when you are ready to do the next best thing for yourself. Do it for yourself and not others, though. When it comes to making the changes for you, you need to be sure that you're making the changes for the better good and for the right reasons. Think about ways you've made similar positive changes in the past. If you haven't, think about how others achieved what you want. Method 2. Enacting the change. 1. Make sure you're ready to change. The first step to make a change in your life is to acknowledge that there's something wrong with you, or there's something wrong with the situation that you're facing, and would like to start then finding ways to change it. Be sure to ask yourself, why is it a problem? What is the problem? How will it be solved? And so on and so forth. There are 4 stages of change according to the Trends theoretical model of behavior of change. Identifying which stage you are in can help you determine whether you are ready to make the change or if you need more motivation. And I'll have a diagram above me to show those 4 change steps for this change to be happening. So number 1 is completion. You are aware of the problem and are contemplating changing it. People can become stuck on this step for a long period of time until they move on. Maybe in this stage, if you're still deciding what to change about yourself, or maybe you're afraid to change in that case, understand that changing is an essential part of growth which you should embrace. Everything about you. Preparation. You are committed to change and are making a plan of action. You may be in this stage if you're working on your goals. Action. Making these changes. You're in this stage if you are working on your plan on a daily basis. You have a plan and are currently moving towards the goals that you've set. Maintenance. You have completed your goal and are maintaining your progress. Number 2, be your own coach. Self-coaching or checking in with yourself on a daily basis has been linked to increased self-improvement, especially in terms of leadership quality. Daily check-ins facilitate awareness of your current performance and your ability to achieve goals, and to also be able to succeed as much as we can through the goals that has been aimed to strive for. We need to ask ourselves questions like, did I focus on or work towards my goal today? Did I have a positive attitude today? Was I kind to myself today? Did I accept my challenges today? Did I change something for the better today? Whatever it is that you're trying to improve, take the time to practice regularly. Number 3, consider outside help. It's okay to ask someone for help once in a while, as this is a sign of strength and not weakness. Asking for help from others is better than just trying to suffer in silence of some of the things that we're struggling with. They say 2 heads are better than 1. If you find that self-coaching isn't helping and you need some outside support, life coaching has been associated with positive change and goal realization. Additionally, therapists and psychologists are typically trained in interventions to assist you in achievement personal goals, such as solution-focused brief therapy. Practice is number 4. Yes, a lot of things again does test us into what we're striving to do for ourselves, regardless of what we have put in ourselves to actually achieve. It will test us on all levels, the physical, the mental, spiritual, of what we're going through, yet we need to be sure not to quit until we are ready to quit. As the saying goes, never quit ahead, because obviously with the everyday struggles basically that we go through, it's just the beginning for something of the world of good. Change may come slowly, especially if it's a large self-improvement that we have put on ourselves. Just keep going until your goal is your new reality, which is the changed you. Remind yourself about your specific goals on a daily basis. The step for that one is number 1, acknowledge that setbacks are normal. Yes, we will all have setbacks for whatever reasons they are. What we will do with our setbacks? Do we want to dwell on them and sit on them for a long period of time? Or do we want to find the bigger picture and solutions towards it and actually move forward? If the change moved vertically, we'd all have an easier time making personal modifications in ourselves. The truth is, change doesn't typically follow a distinct path, and there may be rocks in the road. For example, in the weight loss journey, if you're losing weight, it's not common for someone to continue to lose weight every single day. Some days you may not lose some of the weight that you were aiming for, and some days you may gain weight. The key isn't letting these inevitable fluctuations cause you to give up on that goal. What's important is that overall you lose weight over time. Know what you can do, and that you can do anything that you can put your mind to. This is reasonable, of course. Making a list of possible setbacks that may occur during your journey towards self-improvement. Identify ways to deal with the setbacks that has come. Dwelling on what you did wrong doesn't even help you to achieve your goals. Dwelling on why it happened, etc., will not change it either. However, focusing on what you can do in the now and in the future will help you to actually succeed in future improvement on yourself. Instead of letting the rock in your path stop your journey, focus on moving forward and learning how to deal with the rocks in the future. You can go around or jump over the rocks. For example, if you wanted to lose the weight again, as the classic example, and ending up gaining a pound over the weekend, instead of thinking negatively and give up on your goal, think something like, it's okay to have a little fluctuation in weights. This is a setback. I'm going to continue to feed my body with healthy foods. Unlike most people think, failure is not evil per se. It's a bad thing in the short run, but it's actually helpful in the long one. This will depend on you. So don't fear failure and simply consider them as a potential foundation of a new understanding and strength. There's a reason great people failed a lot that you look up to. 3, accept and affirm yourself. We should be able to accept ourselves as a person and believe that everything does happen for a reason. Research has indicated or shown that individuals who accept their challenges can actually be more motivated towards the positive change. Additionally, individuals who affirm or validate themselves often are more able to think about and accept their challenges in their everyday lives. Recognize your strengths and challenges even if you have to list them all down. Understand yourself as an outside observer. Try to objectively look at yourself by observing your behaviors, such as how you act, think, speak around people, and also just towards yourself. Access yourself and what you do regularly. Allocate a time for this at the weekends if you've got time on the weekend, or just through one of your days of the weekday. Some do that before going to bed every night. See what areas that needs improvement and find out how to improve that. Then write it down and read that every day you wake up in the coming weeks until you feel it's fixed. So this quickly ends a short video, hopefully for improving yourself, of a how-to comprehension guide. Hope you like this. Smash the like if you did. Comment below how you guys go about actually, combating your weaknesses and stuff, and how you do go about your, improving yourself. Is it similar to what I've just given you as a guide for you to improve yourself? What do you think you need to change, and how you're going to change it, and all this? And maybe another one is also, what's your advice for others that are actually struggling in improving themselves? So what to do, guys. Thanks for support. Thanks for watching. Do what love what do. Until next time, Aspie signing out, and I'll see you again soon. Ciao for now.